aka Tamika, and we are in my house, and I'm showing you what is good with everything. So guys, can we please just introduce these two beautiful ladies?
My name is Pretty Renai Mangena. I am the founder and editor-in-chief of Ikawa Magazine. I'm also a film director.
Hi, I'm Lishiana Malete. I'm the vice editor-in-chief at Ikawa Magazine, and I'm also a content producer and art director.
We're losing our culture. People don't say happy anymore.
Guys, that's such a big part of black culture.
We are losing.
You're gonna celebrate and just go tweet. Yes, you sick ass.
You are sick.
Alrighty, so guys, we're gonna be making some mimosas, and we don't have verbs. Sorry, we're a little bit, economically things are stuff. Yeah. Anyway, so we've got some Graham Beck here, which is some sparkling wine and some freshly squeezed orange juice. So basically, mimosa is like the most easy cocktail you could ever make in your whole life. Literally, one, champagne. Oh, it's sparkling wine. Sorry, guys. Let me not be out of my tax brackets. Okay. Half ratio of sparkling wine to half ratio of orange juice, and done. That is simply your cocktail. Like, that's the easiest cocktail you could ever make. So guys, please enjoy.
Thank you.
Tell me what you think. So, on the topic of you guys having your own online magazine, I just want to touch a bit on what topics you guys cover, and just having seen that you guys are already creating opportunities for yourself, how do we then tackle issues of, like, say this thing of we go to university, there's these high unemployment rates and stuff like that. How do we then start to tackle those while we're in school? What are the things that we can start to do? What are the topics that you guys cover, and what are ways that you're starting to combat issues like that?
I think firstly, with the content that we create, we really try and make it as helpful as possible. It's not that we can completely alleviate like the burden, but at least lessen it.
Yes.
With like our last issue, having insight on how to get people's work into galleries and getting the exhibitions out there and everything. Just trying to help the black person, better themselves.
Yeah.
Especially in the creative field and everything.
Yeah.
Especially because opportunities are not really given,
Yeah.
and it's usually because of information and not having access to information that not necessarily universities can provide.
True.
So we try and lessen that space. Yeah.
So my question is then, how effective is the tertiary system if we can't be always provided with those types of things? And this is something that I actually had a discussion with someone the other day, of speaking about how we have an outdated education system.
Completely. If we're going to be using methods from 1965 in 2019.
Not even 1965.
I don't know.
18 for tag. 18 for tag.
In 2019, to kind of educate people that existed in 2019.
Yes.
So for example, you have things such as the whole chat with theory and practical work. When you get into a space where you need to be employed, they're not looking to find about how well you know Fanon, or about how well you think.
What did Freud
What
say?
did Paul say in this text?
Can you do the job? Can you be able, if I gave you a task, will you be able to do this thing and make it and complete the task that I've given you as part of your job? There has to be some kind of intervention, or I don't know, but something really needs to crack up and like literally go back to the drawing board and say, okay, cool, what worked in 1980 is not working now.
Exactly.
But if that's not happening, then I feel at an individual level, you need to put yourself in a position where you are not disadvantaged. Are you using whatever tools are at your disposal to make sure that to even the playing field, at least to a certain degree?
Especially now that we live in a digital era where we have so much more autonomy over the type of content that we can create, the type of work that we can push out there. We are actually in charge of our own production
Yes.
of our own
That's a
things.
beautiful thing
Yeah.
that happened, despite like the university lacking
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
field. A
yeah.
lot of things emerged, like social media.
Yeah.
And, like now you can market your business yourself as a person, your work, everything.
Exactly.
But it still comes back to the chat. How necessary is it still? The fact that it's scary that you find people are in their master's degree and people keep
Exactly.
staying in this like university
That's
system
scary.
as a safety
Yes.
net. But in reality, it's because there's no jobs.
Yeah,
And
it is.
or there's no jobs for them.
It's something to work 10 times as hard as somebody while the other person works, if not less than you, putting in the effort, putting in the hours, putting in each and everything that you possibly can.
Yeah.
And then it's still undervalued.
Yep.
After everything you've done. I honestly, personally, I don't support the system of an internship. It benefits capitalism.
Yeah.
It benefits each and every person but the person who's doing
And
the
it's
internship.
so exploitative.
It is.
Do you understand the amount of work that you put in as an intern in any space?
stupid.
You literally are a slave. You literally get work, and then they'll tell you, "Oh no, but it's exposure.
No.
It's this. It's that. You're
It's
learning.
You've
been
You're
exploited.
lucky." And you know what the worst part is? Most of these internships are unpaid.
Yes.
You will be interning unpaid, working your ass off
Every single
for
day.
6 months to a year.
How are you paying your bills? Where are you staying?
How are you gonna get
In a
Transport.
country that is low-key
Transport.
facing a recession and nobody wants to talk about it.
We're sweeping that nicely under the
Let's
carpet.
just pretend
We're
it's
actually
not.
in full
happening.
swing going to be in a recession. next
Literally.
year.
Literally,
swing.
we're talking about this off camera. Then you are supposed to survive a whole year
Yeah.
with the economic background that you have, living in a township somewhere,
And
trying to
fight
survive,
for it.
get into 2 taxis to go to work.
2 to 3,
If not,
4.
You're lucky if it's just 2.
you are
Lucky.
so lucky.
It's a privilege.
It's a privilege if it's just 2. And never mind that, you do all of that with the prospect of getting hired.
Thank you.
I mean, they want to exploit you before they empower you. If you're lucky. If
you're lucky.
If they empower
And then
you.
they're gonna say, you know what the problem is? It's you millennials. I am so sick of that conversation.
Feel
You
entitled.
millennials are so entitled.
We
You
used
want
to
to do
work.
nothing. Back in our day, we used to work and we used to do. I'm
You know,
sorry.
just like Kanye, homie, this is my day, and I'm
Yes,
suffering.
yes. We are possibly the most broke generation of all of them. And you want to tell me that I feel entitled for saying, I'm working, I should get compensated for it. I'm just saying, if you know of opportunities, share them.
I think there's that fear or that insecurity that if I help you, I might lose my bag. I might
Yes,
lose my
yes.
spot.
But
You
how?
know, like I got welcomed into this space and there's only so many black
Yes,
people
yes,
that
yes,
space can tolerate.
Yes.
So if I let
Thank
you
you.
in,
I'm so glad you said
then
that.
it's a problem. That's the truth. I don't even think it's about the caring thing, you know? And who's to say
And
that
also-
you are less qualified?
But I feel like, to be quite honest, corporate South Africa is, I don't know what it is, but there's like this thing that's happening there where they do not want to give black people opportunities, particularly black young graduates, and I don't understand why.
And
the
you actually say this, and I'm not going to name the company.
Yeah.
But a person I know that used to work at this place, there was an intern there. This guy's been an intern for the past 2 years.
What?
The past 2 years. He is a 35-year-old man, black man from Alex. He's been an intern for the past 2 years. Do you know what his salary was? As a 35-year-old man supporting a whole family at 35. He was getting paid 6,000 Rand a month. As a 35-year-old black man with qualifications, you've been
Clocking 40.
interning. You're an intern at 35 for 2 years.
But then what's the next chat? What do we do about it?
Thank you.
What do we do for ourselves?
Yeah. And that's why I love what you guys are doing with this magazine, because it's that thing of like, okay, if we are going to experience that much resistance in the corporate space, make opportunities for yourself.
Thank you.
You who owns a business can then expand that business to then employ those people. You are an employment creator in yourself. Besides creating opportunities for yourself, you expand it to the rest of your people, and it starts there. Guys, so we're back and we've got our amazing dish here of nachos with some sour cream and some homemade guacamole. So guys, you can also make this with like Doritos if you want to. Like any way you want to do it, it's up to you. And sadly, Luciana's not with us now because you know some things had to happen. She gotta go secure that bag, but you know we're gonna be eating on your behalf, girl.
Yes, people.
Just to like conclude on what you guys are doing and what is your succession plan and your goal for the magazine.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about our short-term goal. So what we want to do before the end of the year, hopefully September. So you know how, thank you.
Sure.
You know how there's that whole thing of career day in high schools, and then when you go, the only careers that exist, it's engineering, doctors, blah blah blah, medicine. Whatnot. So we want the ones that our parents recognize.
Yes, exactly.
So what we want to do before the end of the year, we want to have like a cultural career day where we only have creative careers, that we will have people who are in those specific careers, and you pull through. If you are interested in something like that, you pull through, you get enough information about it. How do you get in? Where do you study? If you need to study, blah 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 blah. So we don't only want to exist online as a platform that gives content. We want to be able to provide you with opportunities that are important to what you getting to where you get. And I'm looking forward to
I love that, and I love that you guys are doing that, especially in an industry, in a field where in South Africa I feel like entertainment is not that acknowledged. I think we're possibly the most underfunded of all, especially on a tertiary level, you know, and on a corporate space, because we don't understand. Also, as creatives, you can actually get into the corporate space.
Yes, you
but
can.
we're never told about things like that.
Exactly. And as a creative, how are you making money? Because you need to understand the business side of everything.
Exactly, and that's the first thing. We don't know, because a lot of us don't get empowered to say that this is a business.
Exactly.
As much as it's creative, it's still business nonetheless. How do you operate this from a business perspective to optimally empower you economically?
Exactly.
You don't want to be a starving artist.
If you want to be financially independent as a black person, you need to have a job and at least 3 or 5, if not 6 other forms of income that are coming into your bank account. You cannot have your debit orders outweigh, you have one salary and like 15 debit orders coming out of your mouth. And you expect any kind of financial freedom to come your way. How? Do anything that you need with whatever resources that you have at your disposal to move yourself forward. Full stop.
Done. Guys, thank you so much for joining us for this amazing show and having Pretty, who was our amazing, what were you, like a co-host?
You know what?
Hello, CEO, director, editing chief, whatnot. So guys, we had an amazing time and amazing narratives, and in any other ways that you guys want to continue the narrative, please subscribe, comment, give us your honest feedback on what you think about what we're talking about, also what we're eating. I mean, I hope you enjoyed the food.
Oh my goodness, so good. Like, this girl is amazing.
Can I get
you know what?
Maybe 10 cows.
I don't know. 50 stars, I don't know.
Maybe one of them. Mwah, guys, thank you so much for joining us. This was Jozi. What's good?